Hello, friends. Welcome to Theater Arlington Theater Thursday. We're happy to have you here. We've got some fun things to talk about today, so glad that you have made it. I got some great information for you. I want to remind everybody to like and share this post and, of course, all of our posts on Facebook because that helps more people find out about all of the great things we are doing here. It has been a really fun week. We've had engineers out to the building. We have had folks doing sample soils. We've had the architects and the construction people all throughout the building this week looking at things, preparing things for our renovation project, and things are very, very exciting. So we're really thrilled about all of that. Glad that you're all here. Make sure you say hello in the comments and talk to us. Ask questions. Let us know that you're here. Yes, hi, Kathy. Kathy O'Neill says there is so much going on here, and there is, and it is really exciting. We got board members here talking about raising money and all kinds of fun things happening. So the theater is a very exciting place to be right now. Hello, Beth Marshall. Good to see you. Yes, good afternoon, Theater Arlington supporters, she says. Always great to have all of you guys here. Hey, Squeak. Good to see you. Tell Landry I said hello. Hi, Diane. Good to see you guys. Today, I'm going to jump right into things pretty quickly. We do have a paint party going on Saturday at 6 o'clock, but it is already sold out and full. We do have classes, summer camps going on, and you can get more information from those on our website. But today, what I really want to talk about is the excitement that is going to be happening downtown this Saturday with the West Main Arts Fest. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be lots of fun. And the founder of that, the creator of that, the owner of Create Arlington, our next door neighbor, Mark Jokel, is here with us today to tell us all about it. So welcome to Mark. Hey there.
Hey, how's it going? You guys doing all right next door there?
We are doing great. We are doing well. How about you?
Oh, man, I'm doing fantastic. The other day when I pulled up and they were out taking soil samples, but I thought the construction project might be getting started early. And I went, oh, no, Steve.
No.
Steve.
Yeah, you're like, I know you guys are going to be in our parking lot and all up and down the street. And I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see all of the art and cool things. But for folks who don't know, tell us exactly what West Main Arts Fest is.
Sure.
What is that going to entail for people to come and see?
It's actually the 5th annual. Last year we were off. And prior to this, it was over on the East Main Street. So many people know it as the East Main Street Art Festival. But this year, a couple things happened. One, we had to spread things out and we needed more space, which this gave us a lot more space over here to put the booths. We have about 95 vendor booths, so we have to spread them out. So they go from in front of Theater Arlington all the way down and take a right-hand turn up Pecan and all the way down to the Levitt. So we needed to spread those out, which we didn't have the space to do over there on East Main. And then subsequent to all of this, I started my business right here on West Main. So it's become a great place to plan it out. So it started very simple purpose, still the same purpose, to give artists and musicians in Arlington and the greater Arlington area a festival each year to perform, to create income, to get new fans, get new followers. And that's what we continue to do to this day.
Well, I love it. I know just seeing a few artists, because I know you guys have some resident artists in your building there. And I like to, I say once every couple of weeks, I go walk through the gallery and look around at all the stuff there. And our local artisans are amazing. And so I'm really excited about seeing 90 of them, 95 of them all up and down.
Yeah. And it's real specific too, because it's all handcrafted. So these are all makers, they're painters. There's wood turners doing live stuff. And then we have 4 stages with about 30 local bands as well too. So it's like you can tell somebody with ADHD plans the event, because probably too much going on from what Festival 101 tells you to do. But the goal of this is to get as many people activated, and especially after the pandemic, this is the first festival for most artists to have an opportunity to sell things live, and the same with the bands. I mean, we did a lot of live streaming of bands over the last year, but there's still nothing like live music, interact with your fans. And so there's a lot going on. We got 8 food vendors, Candlelight Inn's doing a wine and beer garden area. So you'll have everything from turkey legs to, kennel corn to fried Snickers to, barbecue beef. So
just like a real fair. That sounds great. And who doesn't love drinking out on the street, right?
I know. So it's legal. You can walk around with it. Nobody's going to bust your chops for it. You can stroll Main Street just like you're in Paris, France or something.
Right. Well, I'm a little bit nervous about fried Snickers being so close by because I'm trying to be careful of what I eat, and that sounds really tempting.
I think I saw fried Oreos on their list too.
Oh, man. Oh. All right. I may be off my diet for a little bit. That's not good. Now, what are ticket prices for this event?
It's a free show, and so we've been blessed with a good lineup of sponsorship, because the way this is funded is through the fees that the artists pay to be in the festival, and then sponsorship. So it's a real organic, raised up event, and so it doesn't cost you anything. I will tell you this: when you get there, what is different? The pandemic has brought along some pretty good things, like your show, which is fantastic, by the way. I love watching it. And but the whole concept of Venmo and Cash App. So you'll see opportunities while you're at it. The tip jar still works good, but the added ability for people to make tips to the bands and to the actual West Main Street event itself, that makes it a little easier. So we ask people to really check out the stages. All the bands will have Cash App and Venmo icons up there. So we ask people to buy art and support the music.
I love that. I think that's really cool to have a way that they can tip the musicians or pay the musicians and help support them in their music. I think that's really great. And yeah, I'm excited that there can be an event here after COVID, and that we're going to be outside and spread out so people will feel safe. And those that want to can still, have a mask on and have that extra layer of protection if they need it. But they're going to be outdoors. And so I think that's going to be really, really nice to be able to gather like that. That's exciting.
Well, and I want to say how thrilled we are and excited, and congratulations for your new project that's beginning. I mean, this area, we've already talked about that before, but this area, it's called a cultural district for a reason. And man, oh man, it's so, and Arlington Museum of Art has a new exhibit opening next week. And it's really cool to see everything happening on our block here, isn't it?
It really is. And it's been fun having the opportunity with us being closed and having, we're doing our innovation. And so we're not having as much programming. It is so fun to be able to talk to all of the other artists and organizations that are in the Cultural Arts District, including the restaurants and different things, and getting to promote them here on the show has been really fun. You talked about the art museum. That we've got Chris Hightower is coming on later this month to talk about the exhibit. So that'll be really fun. Now, at West Main Arts Fest, I'm assuming that this is family friendly and that, kids of all ages. Are there specific things that kids can do?
Yeah, this year it's a really good addition. We're actually going to have 3 or 4 locations where we have chalk artists working in spaces that have stencils and everything's set up specifically for kids to participate in that. And so that's a new addition to the event. That's through a part of Downtown Arlington's sponsorship of the event. And then in addition to that, the city of Arlington has this really cool block party trailer that you can rent. And in that comes all sorts of kids games, cornhole, all sorts of giant Jenga and all these kind of other games that are family friendly and kid friendly. And I don't know what it is about this event, but it's become a place that people love to bring their dogs. So it's dog friendly.
Oh, fun.
So you want to make sure to bring the whole family out. If you're a music lover too, it's a good idea to maybe throw in a folding chair with you. Because if you want to post up in front of one of the stages, we have a lot of tables and chairs around, but just to guarantee that you have a place to sit down. If you're coming to watch a couple of bands in particular, you can check that out and bring your own folding chair as well. And we'll have plenty of beverages and food for all ages. And so really something for the whole family. We will have handicap parking right on Oak Street. So you can pull up right behind the stage on Oak Street. And then this year, a nice addition is we got a sponsor that does golf carts, and we're going to have a 14-person electric bus, and that'll go around picking up people and taking them out to their cars and stuff. So, each year you add some fun stuff.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. And now you mentioned parking. Where's the best place for people to park?
Sure. Parking lot, the city parking lot, and that's just right behind us and right behind Miss Persis is the major large parking spaces available. And then kind of like whenever you go down to the Levitt or whatever, you just find parking along the streets, all up and down Main Street on the other side of you guys going up towards Cooper. That has street parking on both sides. So there's going to be a lot of parking up and down there. So, but you'll find parking right behind us. And then the Levitt, their concert, they're not going to do an opening band because we have bands going up to about 7:45, but then their concert starts at 8:00 right next door to us. So it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, a great day of art and music all day long. So that's
really
fun.
is.
What time do you guys start?
We start at noon. And then the other thing going on, we've all been talking together at 10:30 down at City Hall. They're doing the dedication of one of our great World War II heroes. You might have noticed that statue between the library and City Hall, but at 10:30 that event starts. So they're going to have live music at that and a military band and all sorts of stuff. So really 10:30 on, then ours starts at noon, and then Levitt starts at 8. So good to have free fun and commemorating a great war hero in Arlington. Yeah. What else did you ask for, Steve?
Right. I know there's a little bit of everything. We got art, we got music, we got fried Snickers, we got beer and wine. Your dog can come. I got folks in the comments saying Kathy's bringing her wiener dog with her.
Kathy takes her wiener dog everywhere.
Right. I got folks that are making plans to carpool already here in the comments, so that's good.
I think we have a late sign up of a group of belly dancers too. So
all right,
all of cultural art
for everybody, right? And I love playing with chalk. I think it's great fun. So and I know that there's art of all different varieties and different pricing as well, right? So there's probably stuff that people can get, that anybody can afford. So I think that's cool too.
Well, and all our artists and creators know that range too. So you can spend anywhere from $10 up to about $300 on paintings and local art. I mean, all of our artists have stuff way beyond that. But what we try to do at this event is to picture people, especially those who might be just wanting to start collecting art for original art at home, especially Mother's Day gifts. Yeah. We have a very interesting variety of painters and sculptors here. So you can really become an art collector and start at a reasonable range. And like I always say, people, when they buy from a local artist, especially these young artists, you never know what that artist is going to become, So art is always a growing investment, in my opinion.
I agree. Thomas Ramsey's got a comment here that I completely agree with and got to share with everybody, saying Arlington is the best. And I agree. We live in a great city. It's very nice to be here. So
it really is.
Because I think it's great that they allow things like this to go on. So
and shout out to the city too, because the logistics of these events are crazy, all the behind the scenes stuff. But I got to tell you, the city and working with the permit and the police department, they make this as easy as process as possible. And on our blocks here too, a shout out to Parks and Rec for getting out here and refreshing and redoing all of our beds out front. Looks great, doesn't it?
It does. It looks amazing. Yeah, they've been out here doing stuff, and I see someone's already delivered. It looks like some barricades or things are starting to happen. So
it's a great city. Great city.
This morning. One of my questions I was going to ask you, but I can hear the passion in your voice for it. So I don't know that it's necessary, but it's like there's so much work. This is a lot of work involved. And I was like, why do you do this? Why are you taking this on a fifth year? Because I know that is a tremendous amount of effort to make this happen. What is it that makes you want to do this for the city?
Well, it's, we got a crew, we got a committee, and, we're just a bunch of journeymen lovers of local art and music, and none of us work specifically in the industry. And it's really this committee of 4 or 5. There's me and David Conan and Amanda James and Garrett Martin and my son, Christian and Addis. There's just a handful of us, and nobody's going to let it die. We've seen what's happened through this event, and artists literally having their year financially jump-started or reinvigorated through what they sell at this event, or bands making connections with clubs and venues to play in the future. So, we just have a passion for the creative space in Arlington. And from an economic development standpoint too, I know this is what makes the cities great. When you have a thriving cultural arts, I'm preaching to the choir with you. We've, how many times have we stood up in front of groups to tell them the power of the finances that happen and the money that rolls into a city when it has a healthy cultural scene. And so that's the other part of it too. I want to see us have a community. Like, I lived in New Orleans and in Austin and St. Louis, and I saw the power of the local arts and what it can do to make a city very, very interesting and not generic, and
Right.
full of interesting people, living there and spending their life there. And it makes the city very fun and interesting. And I just like having fun is kind of the bottom line, Steve.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's fun. That's the best of all. And I think, for people like me as well, I mean, and I love art. I love seeing all the different creations and hearing the music and stuff. But something like this is fun for me because I love people, and I like to go and just see all of the different assortment of folks that are there. It is like a fantastic people watching event, to see all the different kinds of folks. What is the best place? I've got your website for Create Arlington,
Sure.
And that's kind of going now. Is that the best place for them to go for extra information?
If you go to createarlington.com, you'll see all the bands are listed there, all the vendors are listed there, all the restaurants are listed there, everything you need to know that's going to be there. And later on today, we'll actually have the map up so you can see where, we have booth numbers assigned to all the vendors, obviously. And so you can actually see on the map, where you can go, because it's a pretty good stretch this year. It's a couple of blocks. It's walkable, obviously, but I think people also see the 25, 30 years ago when they redid Main Street. This is one of the things they had in mind, was to have a lot of festivals down here and to have the street life and our wide sidewalk. So it also gives people the chance to see what a regular festival area would look like. And hopefully we can continue to do these on a regular basis.
Oh, definitely. I know that that's going to happen. So, and I would say it was really easy for me, and I'm not necessarily website or tech savvy, as I just went to Create Arlington and then went under events, and it had West Main Arts Festival, and I clicked there and saw all the bands and the art and the different things that were happening. There's 3 different stages. Is that correct?
Yep, there's 3 stages, and then we have one busking location. What busking is people, you see buskers in cities everywhere you go, people that set up on the streets and play. So we'll have 7 different musicians there on the busking stage as well, though. One of the stages will be down there on the other side of Arlington Museum of Art. I think it's called the Gene Allen Park. I don't know if many people, there's not a sign there or anything, but I think that's officially the name of it. But there'll be a band down there, and then there'll be another stage right to the side of us here, right in front of Kurt Franklin's studio on Oak. And then our main stage is in your parking lot, catty corner over there by the billboard. So 3 stages and a busking.
Yeah, and I don't know, they came up and cleaned that area up too.
Man.
Parks and Rec came there and got that area where those little signs are and stuff, and came and trimmed all that up and made it all beautiful again. So, it'll be nice for folks to be out here. What else do we need to know? Anything else we got to know about the event? I think
the bands, what's really interesting about the bands, it's literally every style of music you can imagine. Like on the main stage, the closing act there is September Moon, which is a Arlington-based band that has really blown up, and they're actually on the charts. They're number 61 on the Texas country music charts, And so, but I remember 3 years ago having on my Mark Jokel show when I did that TV show. They were 2 scraggly kids, hadn't shaved or combed their hair, it looked like in a couple of weeks. Now they're like rock stars, and so you'll see real, pro level advanced bands like that, as well as bands from students from UTA. You'll see you've got somebody who plays ukulele, you've got rock and roll, you've got spoken word style musicians. And I think that just like the variety of art, when you go and listen to the bands, even if you don't like that style, you will see that Arlington is raising up young artists and musicians across the board, all the styles. And it is so fun to see. And this gives them that opportunity, just like our art gallery here gives young artists an opportunity to have actually a gallery opening. And so it's really cool. And then just as of yesterday, our other neighbor, Dance Theater Arlington, Steve, did you see when they did their Christmas shows inside?
Yes, yeah.
So they're going to do a similar thing during breaks of the band, with the stage right next to them. They're going to be doing their hip hop dance instructor Quentin over there. They're going to be doing a live dancing in their space inside that you can easily see outside after about 5 o'clock. So, dude, everything will be on full display of all of our talents. And in the future, when your building's not under construction,
that's right.
Man, the opportunities to do stuff in your space and down with Chris. I mean, we really see this going towards a real large South by Southwest with, industry speakers and, performances that can be done inside at your, we've got a 2-block area here that's just gold.
Yeah, we do.
And in your opinion, so.
Yeah, we do. And I'm looking forward to that because, next year when we are remodeled, as we will definitely have the building open and some things going on inside for folks to take a little break if the weather, no kidding. Or just a nice padded, comfortable chair to sit in for a little bit.
Well, you could do like a TED Talk or something, Steve. You don't do those. You could do a TED Talk on theater rehabilitation or something. Such rehab will be done.
So, hey, talk to us just a little bit about what Create Arlington is, because I know that is separate. That is your business, but it also is really about promoting the arts. And I know we talked about that once before on the show, but kind of remind people that some of our newer folks, because we're building up our audience, about what you guys do there at Create Arlington.
Sure, it's real simple. It's a creative co-working space, and it's a membership-based location where we have studio space for the visual artists, as well as it's a co-working space for people who need a place to work, whether it's an artist or coming in with your laptop. And it's a space where you can spill your paint, so to speak. And it was launched really out of necessity. And I lost my job at Arlington Music Hall when the pandemic hit, and I canceled several months of shows, so I was out of a gig. And this was really a way to recreate a space or create a space that would enable artists and musicians and creatives to relaunch, so to speak, in the midst of the pandemic, and especially as we come out of it. So it's an affordable place for entrepreneurs and startups and creative types to launch their business.
Yeah, and it's also, I would say, it is really fun. Like I said, I walk through fairly often, and it is clean, it is neat. You should spill their paint. One of the artists, I think, does the kind where they pour it on a, they pour paint out while their canvas is spinning, maybe, or they drip it all over it. And I'm like, how the heck do they keep this place so clean? Because it really is. It's just in their space where the paint is. If it was me, I would have it all over the walls and all over everybody else's art. But your artists seem to work really well together. It is a fun environment just to get some, artistic energy and a recharge just walking through even. So it's cool for folks that are looking for it. I hope they will, check it out.
Well, and then just a shameless plug for our gallery space is also a rental space, and we had our first, ticketed event, a spoken word event, and it seats, with the chairs even spread out, it seats about 45. And we've talked to a wedding consultant here lately, and a new thing, Steve, that I found out is they're called micro weddings because of the pandemic. People are doing these smaller spaces. So it's a really cool concrete floor, white walls, white ceiling gallery space. And it makes just a really unique location for small events. And then we do, for nonprofits, we allow up to 2 hours, like for a lunch or a board meeting, for free to use the space as well. But it's just unique. You always have unique and local art up, but it's a cool little space to rent if you're looking for rental space for a smaller event.
I love that. Well, I love that. I love having you guys next door. It really, it changes the dynamic and the energy of the street, and makes me really happy. I'm super excited about Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going to be lots and lots of fun. And thank you for coming and telling us about it. And really thank you for your group for making it happen, because it is really a fun, cool event.
Well, thanks so much for having me, and I appreciate the support.
Certainly. And I will see you. I'll probably see you later today. I'm going to come over and talk to you, but for sure, I'll see you on Saturday for all of the fun.
Yep. And pray for good weather, and we're good to go.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. All right. And thank you guys for all being here. And I hope that I see lots of you on Saturday at the West Main Arts Fest, because it is going to be a great time. You won't really see any new things happening with our building yet, but you will see lots of great art. You'll hear lots of great music. There's going to be great food and great fun. So hopefully I will get to see some of you there. And hopefully I will see all of you again next week when we are here for Theater Thursday. And we're going to be talking with Maggie Crawford with Downtown Arlington. And we're going to be talking with another artist, Luis Mendoza, who is our mural artist that painted our big smiling stars on the front of the building, our mural art there. We'll be talking to him about that, because it's been about 2 years since that. So we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary of that mural, and talking with Maggie about all things downtown Arlington. It should be lots and lots of fun. So please tune in. And once again, thank you all for watching. I certainly appreciate your being here and all of your support of Theater Arlington. And hopefully I will see you again soon at the theater. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.